Hey there, and welcome to This Explainer. If you're a focused learner looking to completely demystify one of the most lucrative, wildly growing career paths in IT right now, well, you're in the exact right place. Today, we're breaking down the definitive data science career blueprint for 2026. And the reason we're focusing on 2026 is simple. The explosive acceleration of AI and digital transformation over the last few years has created a massive bottleneck. Companies just have more data than ever before, but they literally do not have enough skilled professionals to actually make sense of it. That makes right now the absolute perfect time to jump in and build these skills. You know, have you ever paused and wondered how Netflix knows exactly what movie you want to watch next, even when you don't really know yourself? Or how Amazon always seems to recommend products you actually want to buy? What about Google Maps predicting traffic perfectly, or your bank instantly detecting a fraudulent charge on your credit card before you even realize it happened? It feels a little like magic, right? But it's not magic. It's the core topic of our explainer today. It's just data science in action.
Okay, let's dive into this. We've got a highly structured blueprint today to take you from total beginner to having a crystal clear career roadmap. We'll start with a data-driven world, move through the exact lifecycle of a project, demystify the AI jargon, pack your toolkit, and finally, give you a step-by-step 2026 career roadmap.
Section 1. The data-driven world. Every single day, your digital footprint is expanding. Every click you make, every YouTube video you watch, every UPI payment you send, and every food delivery order you place generates data. We're talking about billions of gigabytes of information created globally every 24 hours. So what do we actually do with all of this? Imagine you own a small grocery shop. After a year, you've got thousands of paper bills. Looking manually through them to figure out which product sells the most, or what age group buys the most chocolate on a Tuesday? It's completely impossible. That's exactly where data science comes in. It's the process of collecting, cleaning, analyzing, and interpreting data to make better decisions. Think of raw data like crude oil. Crude oil is essentially useless in its raw state, right? You can't just put it directly into your car. It has to be refined. Similarly, raw data only becomes valuable when it's refined into actionable insights. This refined data has literally become the new fuel of our digital economy.
Moving right along to Section 2, the data science lifecycle.
Now that we know what data science is, I want to reveal the exact step-by-step mechanics of how messy, raw data is actually transformed into a high-level business decision. Now, what's really interesting here is just how much effort goes into prep. Real-world data is incredibly messy. Imagine downloading millions of customer forms. Half of them might have missing zip codes, others have typos, duplicate entries, or entirely inconsistent date formats. So, before you can do any of the cool predictive analysis, a data scientist spends 70 to 80% of their day just cleaning, wrangling, and organizing the data so it's actually usable by a computer. But once your data is clean, the real journey begins. You don't just jump into making predictions. First, you collect the data from mobile apps or physical sensors. Then you clean it up, as we just discussed, stripping out all that noise. From there, you analyze it to find out exactly what happened in the past and why. But let's be honest, numbers on a spreadsheet are pretty boring, so you visualize it, creating heat maps and graphs so your human colleagues can actually read and understand it. Then you hand it over to machine learning to predict future trends. Ultimately, this entire workflow leads to one final destination: empowering business leaders to make highly profitable, confident decisions.
Section 3. Demystifying AI and ML.
If you're a beginner, it is so incredibly easy to get confused by industry buzzwords. Everyone throws around AI, machine learning, and data science as if they mean the exact same thing, or they mix up the specific job titles. We're going to untangle them right now. This brilliantly illustrates the core difference between two of the most common roles you'll hear about. A data analyst focuses heavily on the past. They look at historical data to answer backward-facing questions. What happened? Why did our sales drop last quarter? A data scientist, on the other hand, builds predictive models to look into the future. They're answering forward-facing questions. What will happen next? Which of our customers is most likely to cancel their subscription next month? To clear up the rest of the buzzwords, let's look at the hierarchy. Artificial intelligence is the massive umbrella over all of this. Its broad goal is to make machines capable of performing tasks that usually require human intelligence, like a smart, self-driving car navigating a busy city. Machine learning is simply a part of AI. It's the method of creating systems that automatically learn and improve from data, which is exactly how that car learned to recognize a stop sign in the first place. And then there's data science, which applies machine learning alongside statistics and programming to actually solve real-world problems, like analyzing how often cars run those stop signs to improve future city planning.
All right, Section 4, the Data Scientist Toolkit.
We've covered the theory and the life cycle.
Now let's transition over to the practical side of this blueprint, the exact tools and skills you need to build. Think of this as your workflow narrative. First up, you'll pull the raw data out of massive company databases using SQL. Then you'll crunch those numbers using statistics, basic mathematics, and Python, which is absolutely your foundation and the industry standard. Next, you'll bring that data to life, presenting it beautifully with visualization tools. And of course, a little Excel never hurts. But please, don't overlook that last point, communication. It is a highly underrated skill. You could build the absolute greatest predictive model in the world, but if you cannot clearly explain your findings and why they matter to non-technical business teams, well, your model is essentially useless.
And where can you apply this toolkit? Literally everywhere. The opportunity is incredibly vast across so many diverse industries that are aggressively hiring right now. In healthcare, they're predicting disease outbreaks and discovering life-saving drugs faster than ever. In finance, they're detecting credit card fraud in milliseconds. In transportation, data science is the literal engine behind optimizing global delivery routes and powering autonomous vehicles. E-commerce, education, manufacturing, marketing, and even professional sports, every single sector on the planet is completely reliant on data to survive and thrive in 2026.
Which brings us to Section 5, your 2026 Career Roadmap.
This is the ultimate payoff for you, the viewer, along with the concrete, actionable steps you need to take to get there. Let's talk about the immense career value of this transition, specifically looking at the salary tiers in India. The compensation is highly lucrative. Freshers entering the market can expect anywhere from 5 to 10 lakhs per annum. Once you build up your skills and become an experienced professional, that jumps significantly to between 12 and 30 lakhs. And for senior data scientists who lead teams and architect complex solutions, you're looking at 35 to 60 lakhs per annum.
But wait, it goes even higher. For highly experienced professionals working at top-tier product companies and tech giants, packages can actually exceed 1 crore. That's a staggering 10 million rupees. Of course, hitting this absolute ceiling depends heavily on your specific niche skills, the real-world impact of the projects in your portfolio, the prestige of the company you work for, and your location. But the fact remains, the financial ceiling in this field is extraordinarily high.
So let's map out how this builds. How do you actually get there? Here is your consolidated 5-month action plan. Dedicate your first month entirely to mastering Python and SQL. In month 2, bring in Excel and statistics to start making sense of the numbers. By month 3, you'll be visually presenting data and playing with foundational machine learning concepts. Month 4 is the absolute game changer, building real-world projects. Don't just read tutorials, build a movie recommendation system or a spam email detector and put them on your GitHub portfolio. Finally, in month 5, you polish that LinkedIn profile, showcase your new portfolio, and hit the job market. Remember, consistency is far more important than speed. Even dedicating just 1 focused hour daily to this roadmap will yield incredible, life-changing results over the course of a year.
We started out today by saying that data is the new fuel of the digital economy. So my final question to you is this: are you ready to become the engine? If you love working with numbers, enjoy untangling complex puzzles, and want a career that makes a massive, measurable impact on the world, data science is a perfect fit. I hope this blueprint has given you the clarity and the confidence you need to start your journey. Keep learning, keep growing, and start building that toolkit today. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.